This video is sponsored by Gwopki. If you're looking for a reliable modded GTA account for PS4, Xbox One or PC, then this is the place to go. Their link is in the description below. Gwopki have very kindly provided me with a modded GTA account for Xbox One to give away to one of my subscribers. The account is rank 120 and it has $124.7 million on it. All you need to do to enter the giveaway is like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and then send me a screenshot on Instagram showing that you've liked this video and subscribed, and you'll be entered. A winner will be picked at random on Tuesday the 23rd of March at 3 PM UK time. Good luck everyone and enjoy the video. Hey guys, how you doing? So I get a lot of subscribers asking questions and looking for advice on how to be better at GTA Online. People ask me what my settings are, how to be better at sniping, how to defeat oppressor griefers, and everything in between. So I thought I'd make a combat guide answering all the main questions and covering all the topics of free mode warfare on GTA. I made a similar video on this topic back when I had around 300 subscribers, but that's undoubtedly a bit old and outdated. GTA's changed a lot since then, and an updated guide is definitely in order. So get your notepads ready and let's get this seminar rolling. Welcome to GTA Online Combat College.
1, 2, 3, into the flow. Easy motherfucking E with the chrome to your dome. Cruising in my
If you snipe in third person, you're pretty much a sitting duck. Go in first person every time you need to snipe. You'll be able to move side to side very quickly, and if you do this well and move unpredictably, you'll be very hard to snipe for most players. As well, if you go on Start, Settings, Display, and go down to in-game depth of field effects, this can toggle off and on your ability to focus on specific players or objects. So if it's off, everything will be focused equally, whereas if you have it on, the object or player that you're aiming at will be in focus, and everything else will be slightly blurred out. I personally have this on as I just prefer it. I find it prevents you getting distracted from things that are going on in the background, but it's entirely up to you. It doesn't make all that much difference, but it's something you might want to look into. And now on the topic of which heavy sniper to use, I've always been a Mark 1 heavy sniper guy as I've used it since I first started playing GTA, and I always thought that the Mark 1 and the Mark 2 sniper did the exact same damage, as long as you had normal rounds on the Mark 2 one. And they do pretty much the same damage, but upon careful inspection I have noticed that the Mark 2 heavy sniper does do slightly more damage than the Mark 1. So that prompted me to switch to it, and now the Mark 2 heavy sniper is the one that I use, as that fraction more damage it does could be the difference between getting a kill or not.
Fuck! And what the fuck is it with you?
These are my settings and I highly recommend that you apply them and try to get used to them. The sensitivity will probably feel way too fast for you to begin with, but stick with it. In time you'll adapt to them and get used to them and be all the better at the game for it. I've recommended these settings to many of my friends in the past who were looking to improve their combat ability, and they all said that after a few days they had got used to the settings and found them way easier to fight with. Slower sensitivity can massively slow down your ability to turn and quickly kill someone, and it takes longer to assess your surroundings.
Oh, good! It's fucking distracting!
Always use the furthest away camera angle so you can see around corners better and have a larger view of your surroundings. You should also click the left thumbstick to enter stealth mode while aiming to duck your head down and minimize your opponent's chance of getting a headshot on you. You also want to hold RB while aiming so that you can strafe faster. Without doing this, you'll just be slowly walking to the side as opposed to running while aiming. Another good tip is to press left on the D-pad to throw your selected throwable while aiming. I recommend having sticky bombs selected on your weapon wheel, as this is the most effective throwable to do this with. This is particularly effective round corners. Also, if your opponent is wearing a bulletproof helmet, you're going to have a much harder time getting a headshot on them, so make sure you equip a bulletproof helmet as well to level it out. When you combat roll, your opponent loses their lock onto you, so you want to make sure never to roll first. You want to wait until your opponent rolls, and then you roll immediately after. And then when you come up, you'll be able to aim on him as he won't be in a roll, so you can just come up and shoot him straight in the head. There are 4 main types of explosives that you'll typically be using. These are the homing launcher, grenade launcher, RPG, and sticky bombs. RPG rockets travel slower than homing launcher rockets, however they deal more damage and have a bigger blast radius. As you can see here, only one RPG rocket will destroy a Hydra, however it takes 2 with the homing launcher. So although the RPG does more damage, I would recommend the homing launcher for use during fights, mainly because of how much faster the rockets travel. Also, as you can see here, the homing launcher will travel a much further distance before exploding. And now I'll show you a really effective technique to make your homing rockets laser accurate. Rather than just free aiming rockets, use your heavy sniper to aim at where you want to hit, and then switch to the homing launcher and fire. If done correctly, the rocket will hit exactly where you were aiming with the sniper. You do need to be careful not to move the camera while doing this, as obviously you need to use the right stick to switch to the homing launcher, and if you release LB too soon, the camera will nudge to the left, so you need to make sure to release the right thumbstick before you let go of LB. That way the camera will still be in the exact same position after you make the switch. This will take a bit of practice. I recommend doing it really slowly at first just to get a feel for it, but once you've practiced it and got better at it, you should be able to do this really quickly. Now there are two methods to shoot a large amount of rockets in a short period of time, or as it's otherwise known, rocket spamming. First way is to shoot a rocket, switch to sticky bombs, and then switch back to the homing launcher again. Switching to sticky bombs after firing will skip the reload. Like before, this will require quite a bit of practice to get fast at it, and once you've pretty much mastered this, you should be able to fire about 2 or 3 rockets per second. The other method is to just switch between the RPG and the homing launcher. I recommend using LT and RT to switch between weapons rather than the D-pad. It's a lot more efficient and requires a lot less finger movement.
What don't you fucking understand? I'm gonna fucking kick your fuck.
EWO basically means deliberately killing yourself to avoid being killed by someone else. This is mainly used to lose wanted levels and respawn on full health, but obviously most tryhards don't use it for these purposes. So for instance, if you snipe them with the heavy sniper, you're obviously close to killing them. They'll often blow themselves up to prevent you from getting that kill. There are 2 ways to do this. The first is by going on the interaction menu and pressing up twice and clicking kill yourself. Doing this, you'll either shoot yourself in the head with a pistol or take a pill. And the second and more efficient way is to just blow yourself up with rockets or sticky bombs. With the Diamond Casino Heist update, the EWO feature got massively restricted. You can't take the easy way out within 1 minute of killing another player, or within 5 minutes of killing yourself, either by blowing yourself up or by taking the easy way out option. So the interaction menu option isn't really viable most of the time. So pretty much the main method everyone uses to EWO these days is by just blowing themselves up.
I'm feeling like I'm running, I'm feeling like I gotta get away, but I know that I don't.
Passive mode is also not what it used to be. You're unable to enter passive mode within 2 minutes of killing another player, and as well the 10-second timer to leave passive mode is no more. It now takes 30 seconds to exit passive mode, making it a lot harder to passive pop people. But that doesn't stop it from being one of the tryhard's favourite cheap kill methods. If someone you're fighting goes into passive mode, don't let your guard down thinking that's the end of the fight. Often this is simply just a method for them to get a kill. The way I guard against this happening is by just dropping BST, equipping an assault rifle and running away from them while looking behind me. If they're going to passive pop you, they'll most likely just run after you thinking that you're running away from them and they won't suspect you to be watching your back. Then the minute you see his character leave passive mode, you can just aim, which will really quickly swing you around and you can shoot them easily.
I'm on the clouds. I'm on the clouds.
It's really important to strike a balance between fighting and grinding, as too much fighting can be more expensive than you'd think. Back when I used to be a sweaty tryhard, I once burned through 10 mil in a week just from fighting people. You know, you're buying more ammo on the interaction menu like every 2 minutes. Every time you buy full sticky bombs, that's 15k. Each time you buy full RPG ammo, that's 10k. And that really mounts up. As well, each time you destroy someone's personal vehicle, that's 10, 20 grand. And you know, dropping BST is a grand each time, that only lasts a minute. So all these things mount up, and if you're just fighting people all the time, your money is going to go down quite quickly. So ideally you should balance your time between fighting and grinding to maintain your money. I know a lot of tryhards do card duplication glitches or Act 2, but if you want to play the game properly and make money legitimately, then I have multiple money making guides which will be linked in the description. My recommendation would be that each time you have a substantial fight, which will probably set you back a few $100 grand, you should do some crate missions or a few MC sales just to reimburse yourself. This will just prevent your bank account from draining.
It's taking the piss.
Snacks are used to replenish your health without the need to EWO. These can be accessed by going on the interaction menu under inventory and snacks, and they can be bought at any convenience store. You can also get them for free in your Kasaka, office, or facility. Now your health will automatically regenerate back up to 50%. If you're in cover, your health will recharge at its fastest rate. If you're standing still, it will replenish at about half the speed, and if you're running, it will not refill at all. So to refill your health from half to full, you're going to need snacks. Now if you select them while you're just standing still, you will actually do the animation of eating the snack, which takes ages. Obviously when you're in this animation you can't equip a gun or do anything, so you are vulnerable when you're doing this. But to avoid this annoying animation, you can just aim a weapon and equip the snacks that way. If you just spam A, this will top your health up to full really quickly. And running or being in cover are 2 other ways to avoid the animation. I use snacks quite a lot, as often it's not convenient to easy way out. It's generally a quicker alternative to EWO, and it just means you can stay where you are rather than having to respawn somewhere different.
It's taking the fucking piss.
BST doubles the damage you do and the damage you can take. In other words, you can kill other players with less bullets and it takes them more bullets to kill you. So as you can see here, normally it takes 7 assault rifle bullets to kill someone. But while using BST, it only took 3 bullets. And as you can see here, normally it takes 2 heavy sniper bullets to kill somebody, but while using BST it only takes 1. There are 3 ways to access BST. The most common way is to register as a CEO. You can then go in the interaction menu, CEO abilities, and drop BST. The second way is if you're the vice president in somebody else's motorcycle club. You can go on the interaction menu and it's under abilities. The third way is to phone Brucey. It is half price this way, but it takes much longer, and it will always spawn the BST a considerable distance away from you. So if somebody's a CEO or vice president and is doing way more damage to you than normal, then they're probably using BST. In this case, you'll definitely want to start using it yourself. This will effectively cancel out their BST and return the damage you do to each other to normal. The easiest way to tell if somebody's using BST is during sniping. If somebody's repeatedly one-shotting you and you're above level 100 and they're in a CEO, then that's a clear indication that they're using it. In my opinion, it should definitely come up on the kill feed when someone collects BST, but it's pretty easy to tell anyway.
I'm about to throw my Xbox out the window.
The Oppressor Mark II is a fairly large part of GTA Online free mode. You pretty much can't enter a single session and not see at least one of these pieces of shit buzzing around. It's probably common knowledge by now that I hate the Oppressor. I hate that stupid little Oppressor, mate. I hate the thing. Anyone who uses the Mark II Oppressor is a I only use mine to counter someone who's using it or for the go out to sea crate mission, but if you're going to be using it, you may as well do it right. For your countermeasure, you want to make sure you have the chaff equipped. This is by far the most effective countermeasure if you use it properly. Once deployed, you can't be locked onto for the next 6 seconds, so when you're approaching another oppressor, you should activate it just before you get within lock-on range of each other. Unless they do the same thing, you'll be able to lock onto them and they won't be able to lock onto you, and you'll easily get the kill. The Oppressor Mark II only has 20 rockets, which will run out fairly quickly. A good way to quickly refill your rockets is to request your terabyte and drive into the back of it. Then just leave and you'll have the full 20 rockets again. You also don't need to register as an MC president and risk getting raided just to get your oppressor. You can go on the interaction menu, services, terabyte, and request Oppressor Mark II. And now a good tip to fly faster is to hold RB or the handbrake button while you're flying. The little wings at the top will go in and you'll be flying at about 130 miles an hour. Without doing this, you'll be traveling at about 108 miles an hour. So you do go considerably faster by holding the handbrake button while flying.
I'm about to sue Rockstar for wasting my time.
This is mainly used to lose. That is so hard to say! And just running away from them while holding the right thumbstick, so I'm looking behind my. Bella, stop staring at me. Stop staring at me, you put me off. Fuck off. And then the minute they exit passive mode, you can just hold L. Fuck off. You can go on the interaction menu, services, terabyte, and request. Fuck it. You can go on the interaction menu and go on services, terabyte, and request Oppressor Mark II. Fuck off. So yeah guys, that'll about do it for this video. I've covered pretty much every aspect of every topic involved in GTA Warfare, and hopefully provided you guys with all the information and tips you'd need to be a god at GTA. If I did, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. I've been planning and scripting this video for the last 4 months, and I've spent over 30 hours recording and editing this video, so a like would be greatly appreciated. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And yeah, thanks for watching guys, take care.